You ever hear that old saying that you never take a knife to a gunfight? Well, a lot of us are in that same battle when we try to mow down long grass and field weeds with a regular lawnmower. Now, it's no surprise that when grass or field weeds get too tall, the average mower just can't handle the load. So what do you use to get the job done? Well, I was very surprised to find out that it's called a field and brush mower. It's kind of like a regular lawnmower on steroids. How well do they work? Well, today we're going to try out and review the Pro XL30 Field and Brush Mower by DR Power. DR Power sponsors this video by donating the machinery so I can give you a close-up look at the Pro XL30. Now, let's get the price right out of the way. The Pro XL30 has a list price of $4,099, currently on sale for $3,299. Now, this machine isn't small. It's listed at 325 pounds with an overall width of 32.5 inches, and it can get most, even residential jobs done, considering it can fit through the gate. It comes with a 30-inch wide cut pivoting deck that is meant to glide on top of the ground, which is also enclosed on 3 sides so that the cut material is chopped and re-chopped, reducing grass and brush to a fine mulch. Now, might I add, the deck is built like a tank. Now, it comes complete with a gear-driven transmission with 4 gears. Reverse, first gear is for thick or heavy mat mowing, second gear for moderate mowing, and third gear is for transportation. It also includes big lug tires for sure traction, commercial grade electronic clutch, 2-gallon fuel tank, and is powered by a massive 20 horsepower Briggs Stratton Professional Series OHV motor. It's also complete with an electronic start. Now, this machine was designed so that most people could operate it. They also included adjustable handbars, ergonomic controls, and a disc brake power steering system. And let me kind of explain to you how this works, kind of like a tank. Each wheel is equipped with its own brake. It's operated by a hand lever, so you just basically squeeze the brake on one side and the mower will easily pivot around that wheel. So you're in control without wrestling the machine. The Pro XL30 is marketed as capable of cutting up to 8-foot tall weeds and brush, 3-inch diameter saplings, and grass up to 6 feet tall. And it's all wrapped up with a 2-year residential warranty coverage. Now, if you guys have ever dealt with DR Power, they usually mean business. And just like usual, they marketed this machine as built to take a beating. Boy, I'm excited to test that out. Let's get to the mow. So, this is a crazy situation, right? And this area got full of water, and now it's completely overgrown with everything imaginable. We've got tall fescue. It's almost 2.5 feet tall. We've got thistle and phragmites that are well over 6 feet tall. Now, the whole point of this exercise, right, is to see how far we can push this machine and what the capabilities of it are. These phragmites get all the way up to 8 feet tall, and according to the label, we should be able to do it. So I'm excited. Man, this thing's a beast. Let me kind of explain to you what's going on, right? So we're hitting all the phragmites, and the phragmites mixed with all the fescue that's underneath. Jeez, it's thick. But check this out. We're literally grinding it up so well that if you went over this a time or even 2, it's literally grinding it really, really nicely. So right now my focus is getting rid of the 6-foot tall thistle and the sandbur weeds, because these things are absolutely terrible. But man, let's keep slaying these weeds, dude. This field and brush mower is pretty legit. It's taken me a little bit to realize how to get the machine to work for itself. If you guys have ever ran a lawn aerator, it's exactly the same. This thing will kick your trash if you try to tell it what to do. But instead, if you use the controllers, if you're using the lever on the speed and the reverse, and you're actually feathering the throttle here and there to go around the corners, it actually does a great job, and I'm not overly tired. And then I move on to our phragmites over here that are about 6 to 8 feet tall. And geez, takes a little bit of technique. I found that the first pass lays 50% of it over, and then the second pass lays the other 50%. So you can kind of see where I've kind of laid stuff down, but in like 20 minutes. I mean, look at this. All the way to here. I put my water bottle just about on the cut that I just did. That's gotta be, that's about 2,000 square feet of just the most dense stuff ever. Now, I know a lot of you guys out there like me, you're thinking to yourself, man, that's a lot of cheese for a single-use device. Well, one thing that makes this machine so special is it's not just a field and brush mower. DR Power designed the Pro XL30 as a multi-tool device, which means the field and brush mower attachment can be removed and replaced with their optional attachments. Now, these optional attachments include a 42-inch mower, chipper, grader or snow blade attachment, bladeless mowing attachment, and also a snow thrower, which for me makes a huge difference in justifying a purchase like this one. You can use this machine year-round and keep that massive motor working. Let's see how well it does with just grass, right? We've got all this overgrown fescue coming through here. Now there's a few immature Phragmites that we're gonna be knocking down. But again, check this place out. It's over an acre. Let's slay that lawn, baby. Look at this guy, overworked and underpaid, right? Grass was like, I don't know, 2.5 feet tall. It's extremely dense, but it's cutting and it's doing what it's supposed to. So, it's taking it down. Some of these areas about 3-4 feet. So for a field and brush mower, it's doing what it's supposed to. Now we're excited to get to my favorite part of the video, which is talking about the pros and cons. Now, I want you guys to understand, I ran this machine hard on several different properties. Now I cut and cleared different types of field grasses like tall fescue, ryegrass, Johnson grass, everything that ranged anywhere between a foot on up to about 3 feet tall. And we cleared a ton of hard to do weeds, including 4-foot tall Canadian thistles, sandburrs, sticker weeds. It's ridiculous. Look at all these birds. That's man burrs, right? Everything that just is really annoying. Now, I pushed this machine and myself as hard as I possibly could have, and here's what I learned. The 20 horsepower motor didn't flinch. It's got plenty of power. Now, ultimately, I estimate that I cleared around an acre of just field, brush, and weeds. I also ran the machine when it was above 98 degrees outside for several hours, and we had zero issues with the machine overheating. Now, as far as build quality goes, the field and brush mower was built to take a beating just as they're marketing it. One of my favorite aspects of the design is the pivoting deck design. It comes right off of that PTO shaft, allows for that left to right movement, and it also has those built-in skid plates so it can easily glide over uneven terrain just as they're marketing it. Not only does that 20 horsepower mower have plenty of power to mulch the matter, it's also got plenty of power through the drivetrain. It can also handle inclines going uphill, downhill. I went through some pretty crazy stuff going about 35 degrees incline with this 325-pound monster. Now, when it comes to mowing down tree saplings, the ones I mowed down were about 2 inches in diameter, and the machine had no problems powering through the matter and also grinding it up. Now, as far as safety goes, I felt super safe the entire time I was using the machine. Matter of fact, this deck is extremely heavy and well built. I had no issues with random pieces of debris coming out and hitting me in the legs. Now, as far as cons go, there's a little bit of a learning curve figuring out how to let this machine do the work. The machine is very heavy, and if you try to force things by pushing, pulling, manually turning the machine, you're gonna tire out quickly. The machine's loaded with power options like the self-propelled wheels. It's got multiple working gears, disc brakes, power steering, and even a reverse gear to let the machine do the work. So if you let the machine do the work, you're good to go. If you don't, you're gonna have a rough go. This thing is a beast, and I ran it through the ringer. Went over a little bit more than an acre of just field and brush with this machine. Some really tough terrain. But one thing is for sure, DR Power produces high quality products, so don't hesitate to buy anything from these guys. And as a friendly reminder, I'll post the link in the description of the video. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, hit me up down in the comments down below. You know I'd love to help you guys out. Until next time, guys, it's Pest and Lawn Ginja. We're slaying field and brush.